What is up, you guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and you can tell something's already back. What is up, you guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and you can tell something's already different because the mic that I'm using my earbud mic than my PlayStation headset, because these ones pick up more bass in my voice than the other ones, so I figured these ones would be better. But we finished practice around probably 11th or probably 12th place, but up next is qualifying, and I'll leave you guys to it.
The circuit has rubbed it in with practice, but this is still going to be a difficult session for our drivers as they fight for pole position. Welcome to qualifying here in Azerbaijan. Now then, Anthony Davidson, you're not getting any younger, but you have been involved in your fair share of qualifying sessions in an illustrious 30-year career. How do you deal with the pressure when you have that one chance to deliver a perfect lap?
It's not so much about dealing with the pressure, it's more about how you approach the risk and just how much of it are you willing to take. You're constantly balancing the car on the edge of grip from braking, cornering and traction. And over the course of a lap, it's easy to get that balance wrong, and that's why achieving the perfect lap is almost impossible. As you say, I've been doing this 30 years now, and it never gets any easier.
Alright, so here we are for qualifying round 1 in Azerbaijan. So we have essentially for practice, the only summary that we had is that I changed the gearing to automatic, well not automatic, manual and suggested gear, which means that when I downshift, it shows which gear you're supposed to be in. Say like I go into a corner, I'm in 6th gear, I have to go down to 3rd, and it shows in red what gear I'm supposed to be in. So yeah, I changed that up and nailed every qualifying session, so not qualifying, practice session. So yeah, getting ready for to get out on track. Gotta put on a setup, I should say, not put up, a setup. I think I already have one, yeah. Alright, that's good. I'm gonna get out on track and I'll meet you guys for the first lap. Alright, so you saw there we dropped down into P6, but we would later drop down further positions, so I decided to go back out on the same set of tires and do another flying lap. And as you can see, my little indicator arrow showing that someone's behind me, so it means that they're going to get slipstream on me, which means that they're going to go faster, and it's Nico Hulkenberg, and hopefully we're able to pull away before this first corner. Alright, so you now see on the top right corner that we are up by a couple tenths of a second, so that means that we're going to comfortably move into the second round of qualifying. The cutoff line, I believe, was in 15th place. We're probably four places ahead of that. So we're more than sure able to go into the, more than safe, I should say, to make it into the second qualifying session. So Julian Palmer gets knocked out. Marcus Ericsson, Stoffel Vandoorne, and Lance Stroll are the 4 drivers that get knocked out of qualifying 1. Lewis Hamilton tops the chart. So yeah, let's get ready for P2, meaning not P2, qualifying 2. And so here we are coming to the line to start our first flying lap. Max revs, max engine mode, and all the way up on the rev counter, all the way down to 4th into the first turn. In the first start of the race, it's definitely going to be really crowded. Here we come into turn 2 with going down to 3rd gear, and then we got a long straight right here. This track really does, the first sector really does consist of a lot of 90 degree corners, if I can speak correctly. So that's turn 3 right there, and turn 4 right here. Later on the race, you'll definitely see me do mistakes, but I don't want to spoil it too much for you guys. So I don't want to, give out too much information. This is my biggest trouble spot right here, because I've always had a problem of making the car rotate good from going left to right. Alright, so now here we come into the fast left, 3 consecutive left-handers, I think. Last year I was 2, and then you got another, I think 90 degree corner, and then you got another one right here. And then it ultimately leads to a quick right, left, right kind of section of the racetrack where it's just super high speed. You gotta make sure you have the right downforce in order to get through this part, and then you just gotta hold it full throttle all the way down until you get to the first turn, and I believe that is lap around Baku.
There's only 1 lap of fuel.
And now, as you see here, we're beginning our final lap in Q2. We did the same strategy that we did in Q1, where we use the same set of tires, except these are just the tires for Q2. Daniel Ricciardo actually has a slipstream just like Nico Hülkenberg did in the first qualifying session. So we're doing our hardest trying to break it. Actually, we're coming to the line to see where we finished, and hopefully we come into top 10. And we don't. We actually get knocked out of qualifying. I believe it was because Daniel Ricciardo got the slipstream right there at the very end, and I guess because of that he knocked us out. So definitely a very costly penalty for us, and not to mention that we still have the engine penalty that you have to serve this race. So Sebastian Vettel probably goes into the qualifying 3 most likely, and I think he might have won the pole, I'm not sure. So yeah, us, Felipe Massa, and Kevin Magnussen actually get knocked out of qualifying. So yeah, that has been the qualifying session, and yeah, let's get on to the race.
Anthony Davidson joins me today as we look ahead to something just a little bit different. It's quite high speed for a street circuit here, isn't it? Do you think that's going to throw up any unexpected situations?
Well, as long as the teams can keep everything cool, I don't foresee any particular big issues from a technical side of things. I do expect the track to be quite slippery though. We've not exactly had much chance to rubber in the surface. Any street circuit also comes with its own challenges, so I think we'll be seeing a few mistakes here and there. The smart strategy would be to expect a safety car, I think, especially early on when the pack is bunched up.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Kimi Räikkönen completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Verstappen, Valtteri Bottas, and Ocon, Ricciardo, Perez, Grosjean, and Carlos Sainz, Massa, Magnussen, Daniel Kvyat and Hulkenberg, Palmer and a McLaren, Marcus Ericsson and Stoffel van Dorn, Stroll and Pascal Wherlein completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Alright, so here we're just trying to figure out what the best solution is for us since we're out of the top 10, so we can literally go on any tire we want and we can stop on any lap we want. So we can go on like the inverted strategy than the guys in the top 10 are doing. So at the end we do decide to go with the soft to the super softs. We take the softs to like past halfway and then super softs all the way to the end. So let's get down to the race. Alright then, so here we are on the grid for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. 5 lights are on. And away we go. We got a pretty decent start. We already have an advantage on Nico Hulkenberg. We're going to see if we can split the Renaults. Going to the first turn, we pass by 3 cars right there. We go on the inside of Magnussen. We touch a little bit, and here comes Daniel Kvyat because our engine's very low on wear, and we aren't as fast as we would normally be. But we do get the advantage on Magnussen coming out of the corner. And he's actually hooked us, and we went into the wall, both of us. We have both lost our front wings, and that is a big crash. And let's see if we can see what happened to us. So it looks like when we were going down here, I think I might have moved to the right, or Magnussen, moved to the left. But it could have been both of us doing that. Like he moved to the left and I moved to the right. Right here, the recording kind of like glitched, and we weren't able to see what happened. But later this lap, I would come in to the pits, and since I had to, brake early, since I didn't have a front wing, going through most of these corners, you would understeer, which means that you would go out wide and you wouldn't have enough traction on the front tires. You wouldn't have enough turn into the corner. So we come into this lap, and you would notice on the bottom right, we set change the front wing to no. So they wound up not changing the front wing, and so we had to come back the next lap and set it to yes. That way they would change the front wing. And yeah, definitely a costly penalty by me. So yeah, we definitely have lost a ton of time to the pack, and eventually we'll probably lose a lap. But here we are coming through a couple of laps later, probably lap 18 or no, not lap 18, but a couple of laps later. But you can see that we actually hit the wall going into the castle section right here. You can see it just barely nicked the wall right there. But it's funny because when you do that, it actually pops up like the damage display, and it says that that you have little damage. But now here comes Stoffel van Dorn into the pits. I'm not sure what tire he's going to be on, but probably he's going to be going for with the one stop like us. But as you can see here, Lewis Hamilton's out of the race. Oh my goodness, what happened? Oh wow, he actually blew an engine. What an unbelievable circumstances right here in Azerbaijan. And in the real life Grand Prix, the past 2 years, they have been pretty wacky, so I guess in the game it has lived up to its expectations. So yeah, that is one championship contender out of this race. As you see us coming back into the pits, losing back in a little bit, trying to slow the car down, trying to figure out which button to engage the pit limiter, because I'm still new to the buttons that I have set up for it. But yeah, we're coming to the pits, I believe, for the softs to take us all the way to the end. So yeah, that is that, and see where we come out. And obviously we come out, same position that we came in because no one else is around us. So that was a pretty dumb remark by me, but yeah, still Lewis Hamilton's out of the race. Still unbelievable how he did that. But as you can see here, we completely blew the second corner, trying to get the car all the way down to reverse. And as you can see, the Mercedes of Valtteri Bottas is actually catching up to us. So we're gonna have to later actually surrender to him and let him pass, because we were showing the blue flag, which means, for those who don't know what F1 the flags mean, the blue flag means that you have to, let the faster cars pass if you're going a lap down. So definitely have to keep a close eye for that, as faster cars coming through past us. But as you can see, this is the current running order. You got Valtteri Bottas, Kimi Räikkönen, and I believe that is, I think, Daniel Ricciardo, number 3, Daniel Ricciardo. So that is your top 3 right there. Like I said, the blue flags. Uh-oh, we got a yellow flag. Wait, something's happened to Valtteri Bottas. Hold on. Let's see, what's that off in the distance? It looks like a slow-moving car. You got caution flags around, and Pascal Wherlein goes right in front of the Mercedes of Valtteri Bottas and destroys both of their cars. As you can see right there, destroys both of their front wings, and that is both Mercedes out of the Grand Prix. Unbelievable. As you can see here, not Valtteri. I believe that is, I think, Pascal Wherlein, who is going super slow. I'm not sure what is wrong, but it looks like he has a mechanical failure, and Valtteri Bottas had like nowhere to go, and he just completely rammed into the back of Pascal Wherlein. So unbelievable scenes here in Baku in Azerbaijan. So it sees both of the Mercedes out of this Grand Prix, and yeah, I mean, that's just absolutely amazing. So here you are on lap 19. I essentially given up on life and locked up to this corner. I just crashed, and I honestly did not care at this point. Just wanted to get the race over and decided to retire from the session.
That's a fantastic performance from Ferrari. It hardly looked in doubt. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature. So the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable out there.
So, here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. It's a good result for Sebastian Vettel, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Let's give it to... That was a quality drive from start to finish. He can be proud of that one.
On to the constructors then. Ferrari extend their lead at the top of the championship. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.